Hello, Beetle people! How's everybody doing? I know it's been a little bit since I've made a video, and I'm sorry about that. You know how life just gets in the way. Got an appearance over here by Lucy. Sleeping kitty. I didn't really have anything planned, but I thought I would just kind of pull out the rest of my record collection and show it off. I honestly don't have too many records. Like I've said in previous videos, I always just figured that I would be inheriting so many records that why do I even need to buy them? But anytime I kind of see a little gem or something, I'll be honest, if it just makes me laugh, and it's, not the most expensive thing in the world, I'll go ahead and I'll pick it up. And I kind of just wanted to share that with you guys. So this isn't necessarily a Beatle video today. So first up, of course, I have to go with the first record that I ever bought. And I know I mentioned this before, but I love to collect really weird, like one-hit wonders, kind of, 45 singles. And so I was in an antique store one day with my wife, and I stumbled upon this for 75 cents. And so I had to get it just because. But it's I've Done Everything for You from Rick Springfield. I mean, just the cover alone, and the fact that it was also 75 cents is worth it enough. Once again, just weird records. I mean, it's not really in the best shape in the entire world, hence why it was 75 cents. But it made me giggle, so I bought it. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of good explanations for the reason that I pick things up. If it just catches my eye, I have to have it. This next one I actually bought when I was in LA. And it's probably one of my favorite Pretender songs, even though Chrissie Hynde has gone on the record saying that she hates this song. But here we have the single for Brass in Pocket from 1979. This sucker isn't in bad condition at all. Here on the back you could kind of see the record ring here. But other than that, it's really not too shabby. If you take it out here, got the Pretenders on one side and then the actual song label on the other. So I think it's really just a cool piece to have. And Chrissie Hynde is like my queen. I adore her. Another one that I kind of just had to buy because it was $1, but is Belinda Carlisle's I Get Weak. I'll be honest, guys, this is like an earworm. Every time it comes on, I can't get it out of my head. It's such a catchy hit single. And so when I saw this in the record store, I had to get it. I mean, look at that face. Speaking of great faces, another great $2 find. One of my favorite songs, Pat Benatar's Invincible from the soundtrack of The Legend of Billie Jean, one of the best, worst movies ever. If you're out there and you've never seen The Legend of Billie Jean, do yourself a favor. Pick it up, watch it. Helen Slater, Christian Slater. It's a good time. A couple years ago, I saw Pat Benatar in concert, and she performed this, and before she sang it, she goes, "Here's a song from the worst movie ever made." But look at that cover. Like, I just love anything with great artwork. Next up is actually my wife and I. This is our song. Stuck With You by Huey Lewis and the News. And then on the B-side is Don't Ever Tell Me That You Love Me. 1986. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Huey Lewis just gives me a big old smile on my face. And it's a special song between my wife and I. And on the back here, of course, you have the lyrics to the song. Next up, this was actually a Black Friday Record Store Day 2014 exclusive that I still haven't opened. It's still in the shrink. I need to open this up one day, maybe, because it is on red vinyl. We have Joey Ramone's Christmas Spirit, which has Christmas Baby Please Come Home, Merry Christmas I Don't Want to Fight Tonight, Spirit in My House, and on side B is Don't Worry About Me and What a Wonderful World. I'm a huge Ramones fan, and I think it's just awesome when Jews sing Christmas songs. Being a Jewish kid myself, kind of having that Christmas envy. Joey Ramone and Dee Snider and their Christmas songs. You can't get much better than that. But here's the back in case you were curious if you want to see that. But the front's really great. That's the best part. Alrighty. And then these next two, once again, I kind of just saw it in the bins in the record store, and I believe I got them for like $10 each. And I was just like, I can't not have these records. Here we have Huey Lewis and the News' Sports. You know, this is the album that, of course, has The Heart of Rock and Roll, I Want a New Drug. I know there's something in here. Oh, it's just the original sleeve with the lyrics printed on it. And then some great pictures of Huey and the band on this side. I do have to say that my love for Huey Lewis and the News came with my love for the movie Back to the Future. The Beatles are my favorite band. Back to the Future is my favorite movie. And my favorite TV show is Full House. I should do a video about all my Full House stuff that I have someday. That'd be fun. And then over here, once again, I saw it. It made me laugh. I said, I have to have this just because I have to have it. And when I saw this in the record store, my wife just, had to argue with me about this purchase. And I'm so glad I did it. Wham's Make It Big, 1984. Of course, this has Wake Me Up Before You Go Go and Freedom. And of course, Careless Whisper. Best saxophone solo ever. Anytime I see somebody playing the saxophone, like on a street corner, I'm that guy that, yells, Careless Whisper. This actually has the original insert in it as well. Yeah. Wham. Seriously, not even a huge Wham fan, but if you're gonna have a record collection, this has got to be in it, and it's just in beautiful shape. I had to have it. I know, I'm weird. You can all make fun of me. It's fine. I'll take it. Next up, I got a couple of 45s that, no, these are not the originals, but I saw them in the bin, and I had to have it. These are the 50th anniversary 45s that came out, so I guess that makes that 2006 for Mr. Elvis Presley. And I know we just had the 40th anniversary of Elvis's passing, so I kind of wanted to pull these out and show them off. But you have this Heartbreak Hotel Jailhouse Rock 45. Now, the cool thing about the 50th anniversary 45s are that they are yellow vinyl. Check that out. Isn't that neat? Elvis's Greatest Hits Golden Singles Volume 2. I think these came in like a box set, but when I saw it in the record store, these were just packaged individually, and so I wanted the ones that had the coolest covers, because I just thought it'd be neat to have. And then the other one I got was Blue Suede Shoes Tutti Frutti with the famous cover with the pink and green Elvis Presley, which of course we all know the Clash later stole. Once again, beautiful yellow vinyl. I just think it's really cool. Now, these next records that I have are pretty special to me. These were actually owned by my grandfather. And my grandpa actually had a massive collection of 78s. I think he must have had over 10,000 records. And when he passed away last year, since 78s aren't really worth much, we couldn't really do anything with them. Unfortunately, we kind of just had to take the collection, take what we wanted, and put the rest in the dumpster. But I was really thankful. Now, my grandfather is a huge, big band guy. He loved Glenn Miller and, Tommy Dorsey and, all that kind of big band era stuff. But he only had 2 rock and roll records in his whole collection, and I'm really lucky that I got to keep them. Right over here on the Elvis train, we have the original RCA Victor 78 of Heartbreak Hotel B-side, I Was the One. I know you're kind of getting a little glare over here, but that's all right. The only rock and roll record, well, count the next one as a rock and roll record too, that Grandpa had. And he never had the sleeves for any of his albums. He always had the big record books, so he would, sort them out by artist and keep them in these big books. So it stinks that, I kind of just have these the way they are, but they're still precious to me, and I miss my grandfather very much. Now, the next record I have of his, weirdly enough, he had 3 copies of. My grandfather loved going to, garage sales and yard sales, and if there were phonograph records, it didn't matter what they were. As long as they were 78s, he'd pick them up. So I have 3 copies of Blue Suede Shoes Honey Don't by Carl Perkins on the Sun label. I love these records. And of course, for my Beatle nerds out there, we all know that Ringo sang Honey Don't. And then of course, Elvis made Blue Suede Shoes as famous as it is. But yeah, you have the original 3 of them. Sun 78s from a Mr. Carl Perkins. And my friends, there you have it. Until next time, as always, peace and love. Bye.